Yes. Wow, good to be here, huh? Good to be alive. Right? Could be worse. You could be on the street sucking dick for heroin. That's a potential life course for anyone here. And you shouldn't suck dick for heroin. That's what my mother used to say when I was on heroin. And she's right, you know, you shouldn't suck dick for heroin. You should suck dick for love of the game. You suck dick because you're good at it. You know, don't you want to achieve mastery? It's something in life like I'm a comedian. I want to achieve mastery at this. But sucking dick, that's a good cause. That prevents a lot of bad things from happening. They say it takes 10,000 hours to master something. And I'm willing to donate some of my time to the cause. I love this job. This is a great job. This is the only job I've had in my life where I can just openly solicit sex. I used to work at McDonald's. You cannot do that there. You can't be like, hey, you want a number one? You want to suck my dick? What do you think about that, huh? Supersize that. Can't do that. But this job, you can do that. See it all the time. My coworkers sexually assault people all the time. Not like actually, but also just with words. Because words can hurt. I've never actually sucked dick for heroin. Would you believe that, sir? All right, yeah. Well, I've never sucked dick. I've actually never sucked a dick. It's true. But I have had my dick sucked for heroin. Yeah, by a man. Yeah, which is a little less gay. Just like in the hierarchy of gay acts for cash, that's a little less gay. Which is important to me. You know? I was born in 1993. I grew up in Indiana and I like the band Creed. It's important to me to be a little less gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be full gay. And that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but there's also nothing wrong with me not wanting to be full gay. So anyhow, the first time someone put their mouth on my penis was my boss from Subway. Yeah. He blew me for $70. You know how people say you should know your worth in life? You don't want to know.
$70.
You don't want to know you're worth $70, sir. Yes. Has anyone else here ever committed gay acts? Is anyone else here a homosexual sex criminal? Because that's what I am. I've committed gay sex crimes for money. That's who I am, all right? That's who you're watching tonight. An allegedly straight man who committed homosexual sex crimes. For money. For cash. To buy heroin. Many of you guys don't know the joys of buying heroin, so I want to tell you a little story. Has anyone here ever bought heroin? Woo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is my buddy we're from Florida, so. Well, people in Florida do heroin, so. I actually moved to Florida to stop doing heroin. How crazy is that? Yeah. It's okay. You don't have to clap. I'll figure it out. I'll say things and I'll assess how it went and we'll work with what we got. Just be yourselves. The pressure's on me here. You guys are fine. All the pressure right now is on me. You guys just sit back and, isn't this great? Even if you don't like a comedy show, you get to be like, wow, at least I'm not that fucking loser. That's incredible, you know? That's why I do comedy, because at one point, I'm gonna quit. And the rest of my life, I'm gonna be so relieved. I'll be like, oh God, no, I don't have to do comedy tonight. That's an example of what we were talking about. No reaction. So now I'm going to move on. Perfect. This is good. This is great. Yeah, I got PTSD from gay sex crimes. Now when I get a blowjob, even from a woman, all I can think about is Subway, eat fresh. 6-inch, extra mayonnaise. You just had to hear it, I had to live it, so. It's okay. Any Jewish people here tonight? Nice, it's good. I'll remember that for later. I just remembered that I wanted to talk about Jewish people at some point. I saw Oppenheimer. Jewish people are really smart, you know? Like I was watching that movie and I was like, you know what? If I was that smart, I would be kind of annoying about it too, you know? Jews are good though, you know? Love a good Jew. Anyhow, this kind of ties into the story. This kind of ties into the story a little bit about buying heroin. Because sometimes people have like a negative experience with one person from a group of people, and that will lead them to hate that group of people, which I don't think is fair, right? Like, I had been sexually assaulted by a gay man. So we've kind of discussed, maybe not assaulted, but it was predatorial. It was a negative sexual experience. Can we all agree? Boss, that's negative. A little predatorial. I was a drug addict, and I was straight, and he convinced me to do gay acts for cash. That's a negative experience. That's my truth. A little negative. So, but I don't hate gay people because of that, because that would be unfair. That's just one gay guy. I mean, a lot of gay guys are like that, but not all of them. So I don't hate gay people. One time I was beaten and robbed by a black guy. Still don't hate black people. And one time a Jewish man saved my life. And I still fucking hate Jews. Right? The Jewish person likes it. That's the point. That's comedy. She likes it. Because I'm kidding, obviously. I'm a gay sex criminal. You think I have things against Jewish people? No. No. Not at all. I love Jewish people. They're so smart, funny. But just sometimes, you know, I just think you can be a little bit smarter about it, you know? You know, maybe just don't bring up that you're Jewish so often, and maybe less bad things will happen. I don't know. Call me crazy, you know? I get it though. I used to be a heroin addict, so I bring it back constantly. You know, I'll be at work and I'd be like, don't say it, don't say it. It's the first day at a new job, and then someone would be like, yeah, I watched this documentary about painkillers. And I'm like, I know all the things about this. So, buying heroin was the black guy thing. So this is actually, funny enough, this story about getting beaten and robbed by a black guy was, I was going to buy heroin with my friend, and we were on Xanax. And I don't know if anyone here has ever done Xanax. But, yeah. Great drug, you know? Well, if you were on Xanax, you would not remember this. It's incredible. It'll make you let your boss from Subway blow you. All right, that's the last time I bring it up, I swear. But it is true, so I said it. I tell the truth up here. That's what I do. But so we were going to buy heroin, and we come online. We come to it. We're in an alley, and there's a black guy approaching the car, and it wasn't our black guy. So I tell my friend, hey, that's not our guy. Just keep driving. And he doesn't listen. And I'm like, well, if you're going to talk to him, don't roll the window down all the way. And then he rolls the window down all the way. And then the guy's like haggling him, and I'm like, dude, we're good. And I'm like, buddy, drive off. He doesn't drive off, right? And then the guy's like, I have a gun. And he puts his hand in his coat like this. I'm like, that's not a gun. That's your hand in your coat. Long story short, he gets my buddy out of the car and starts robbing him. And my buddy has all the money, and I don't have any money. So I don't want him to rob my friend who has money because I want to do heroin. And I don't want to have to call my boss from Subway in order, you know what I mean? That this guy has money and I don't have to blow him. So this is a good situation for me. So I do the only thing I could think to do, and I yell the N-word. And then so the guy comes around to rob me and punch me. So he punches me in the head, and I play dead, and I lay on my phone. So he can take my wallet with no money in it, but I still want to contact my drug dealer. Pretty smart, right? So then years later, I get sober, and I don't yell the N-word anymore. And I start writing a book about my life, so I write that whole story out. It's like 9 pages. And I send it to my buddy who still lives in a library parking lot. And he was like, that was a great story, but what was that? That never happened. He said, what happened is as soon as the guy came up to the car, you got out of the car and fled. Like a coward. Which means that this is a false memory. Which means that in my fantasy that my mind created, I'm yelling the N-word. Which is weird. All right, this represents my cock, and I'm in here. Bye.